Assalamu alaikum everyone. Uh, Good morning and welcome to Trishal online school. At the very beginning of my class, I would like to give special thanks to all of my dear students, dear guardians, my dear colleagues, and other people or all the other people who are related to this online page from Trishal online school. And today I'm going to talk about right form of verbs. And I gave another lecture earlier on this topic, right form of verbs. And today is the second lecture I am going to deliver before you. And I hope all of my learners, not only of Trishal Upazila but other places who are in class 6, 7, 8 and 10, that means in high school level, it's important for all the learners. So I think all of you will remain very much concentrated on this topic so that you can cover this topic well, and you can actually learn a little part of English grammar, right form of verbs. So my dear learners, let's get started with the topic right form of verbs. I already mentioned that verb is the soul of an English sentence. So I think you have much more ideas about this topic, but you have to clarify all the confusions, all the complexities, so that you can answer all the questions and you can get full marks on this topic. And 5 marks is allotted on this topic. So in the last class I talked about simple sentences, how right forms are used in a simple sentence, and about tense I discussed some rules of tenses, but I cannot complete. But today I am going to clarify some complexities of tenses, how in different tenses different types of right forms of verbs are used. So just follow me. You might have heard models or modal verbs. An auxiliary verb is of two kinds, primary auxiliary and another one is modal auxiliary. So now I am going to talk about modals. And generally there are 9 or 10 modals. I am writing this on this board. Shall, should, will, ought, may, might, can, could, must, ought to. This one, so you have to understand that ought to, it has similarity with this one, should and ought to. These are equal. So we can erase one or we can use both the twos as one. It gives the same meaning as should, obligation or other things. So we can erase this one because these two models are equal to each other, similar to each other. After these models, we generally use the base form of verbs. So base form of verbs like you must, there is a verb obey. You must obey your parents. You have to understand this. You must obey your parents. So there is a modal must, and generally after must we use the base form of the verb. Here there is a verb obey, so it has no change. This is the base form, so you can write obey, and obey is the right answer. So in this way, if there is any of these modals, you must write the base form of the verbs. And there are some semi-modals which exactly do not give the actual meaning that the modals give. There is a little bit difference between these two. Some semi-modals, like you have heard about verb to be. That means am to, is to, are to, in this way, was to, were to, like this. And there are some verb to have. That means have to, has to, in this way had to as well. So these are the verb to have. So generally after these semi-modals, other semi-modals are there also, like would rather, going to, and etc. There are other semi-modals. Generally after these semi-modals we use the base form of verbs. I am giving an example of this rule. So there is a gap. I am to, here is a verb teach my learners in this page. Now I am giving the class through this online page, and I have written the example with this one. I am to teach my learners in this page. So here the gap is teach. Here there is a gap, and here teach is required, and you have to use the base form of the verb teach, and the word itself is the base form, so you should not change it like teaching or taught or other forms of verbs. So I am to teach my learners in this page. So you have to write teach, nothing else. I think all of you have been clear about it. In the same way, if other semi-modals are used, then you have to use the base form of the verbs, not other forms. And now, another example I am giving you, like have to, just to show you the difference between am to and have to. I am writing the example again. Notice, there are two examples. I am to give class, I have to give class. I have written these two examples to clarify the complexities or the confusions about the uses of am to and have to. Am to gives one meaning and have to gives another meaning. Can you differentiate, my dear students? Okay, you might have ideas, but you cannot express it through this page just now. So I am giving you the clearance. I am to, that means in the previous time I had the obligation, or where there is a past obligation to do something, we use generally I am to. Just for example, now I am giving the class. Why? Because I was enlisted in the routine Trishal online page. That's why I am taking the class. That means this is the past obligation. And for present obligation, and how present obligation means, you can say the circumstances or the environment actually compel you or compels you to give class. Just like this, instantly a routine has been made and I am enlisted in this routine and I have to give class. Here I have to give class. That means the for present situation, the present obligation or present requirement, you should use have to, and for past obligation you must use am to. This is the difference. I think all of you have been clear about it. So I'm going to the next rule. You know, a word while, generally after this word while we use the base form, ing form of the verb, ing form. Just for example, while deliver my lecture, while deliver my lecture, I noticed a boy running. There are other parts of the sentence, I am not writing this. While deliver my lecture, I noticed a boy running. So what will be there? As there is a word while, and generally after this word we use the ing form of the verb, while delivering. So what will be there, my dear learners? While delivering my lecture, I noticed a boy running. And there is another rule of while. If there is a subject after while, then generally if there is a while and there is subject, after while there is a subject, and then you have to write the verb to be and verb ing, verb to be and verb ing. I am showing you with an example. While my mother cook I was sleeping. So you know, while and there is subject my mother and there is a verb cook. So what should we write? We should write ing form and then verb to be and then ing form. You know, I was sleeping, this is past tense. I was sleeping, this is past tense, past continuous. And generally in complex sentences or compound sentences, if one clause is one tense, the same tense becomes the past clause. So here we have to write my mother was cooking. My mother was cooking. While my mother was cooking, I was sleeping. This is the way you can write. Another rule I am describing before you. You know, get, got, getting, having. After these words, generally we use verb 3. Get, got, getting, having. After these words we use verb 3. That means the past participle of the verb. I am clarifying it with an example. My friend got here is a verb frightened. My friend got, there is a gap, and in this gap the frightened verb will come and it will be used. So as there is the word got, you have to use the first participle of the verb. There is frightened, so what will be, my dear learners, can you guess? Frightened, ed. This is the past participle of the word frightened. So my friend got frightened. My friend got frightened. In this way you can solve the problems. I have written 3 words. One is want, another is make, another is have. So generally, after these words, if there is a personal object, if after these words there is any personal object, we have to write the base form of the verb. I am clearing it. I want him, and there is a gap. Notice the verb is do here coming. So I want him do the task. So look at the example. I want him, here there is a gap and do will come here, the task. So I have already mentioned that after these words want, make, have, there is a personal object and there is a gap after it. We are to use the base form of the verb. So do itself is correct. I want him do the task. But if we change the sentence in other way, just look at this. I want the task. Look at the example. I want the task due in time. I want the task due in time. If there is an impersonal object or inanimate, you can say inanimate object, I want the task itself is inanimate, it's not personal. And if there is a verb after it, we have to use the past participle form. I am clearing it again before you. If there is a personal object after these verbs, him, me, you, them, these are the objects. Generally we use the base form, do. But if there is an impersonal object, then we have to use the past participle of the verb done. Because what is the reason why there is base form and there is past participle? Here I want him do the task. That means he is doing the work. He will do the work. That is why the base form comes here. But here this verb actually comes in active voice, and I want the task done in time. Here the task will be done. The task will not do anything. Notice, the task will not do anything because the task itself has no power. Human beings will perform the task. So it will be in passive form. That is why done comes here. I think it has been clear to you. There are some common rules that actually I have been learning for a long time. So I am not talking about those things. Only I am showing you some critical rules that actually come in your exam and you face in the exams. Like note actually is kept inside the bracket. Then there is a verb. You should be alerted. That means negative answer is asked from you. I'm giving you an example. Look at the example. I not go to school now. I not go to school now. Now this indicator indicates that it will be in present continuous tense. So am is are is coming and the ing form of the verb is coming, but there is a not. So how will you write it? You must write it like this. I am not going to school now. That means I am not going to school. No, this is the way I have to cover this problem. Now I am giving you an overall example or overall exercise so that you can face the problems and instantly just now you can solve the problems with me. Now I am giving an exercise. You know that the dangerous pandemic situation is going on not only here but also everywhere of the world, and all the countries are getting infected with this one. So I am giving you an example or exercise on this topic, the recent topic itself. So a dangerous pandemic actually I am giving the clue in the gap so that it becomes very easy for you, but you have to change the forms. Only forms are required. A dangerous pandemic that paralyzed the whole world recently. I think all of you have noticed recently, and this recently gives one clue of a particular sentence. Here there is the word paralyze and there is the verb go. There is a gap. Every day a lot of people are getting infected. different reports report that different reports. Here there is a report that many old aged people die every day. To control this pandemic situation, we all should create awareness by make people okay, I have written the ideas, what actually have come to my mind just now. Look at the example, a dangerous pandemic. Here there is a word paralyze. The whole world recently. So here there is a subject, a dangerous pandemic. This is the subject. And you know, a disease, any disease or anything can paralyze a whole nation. Even any accident can paralyze a particular human being. Just for example, an accident has occurred and you have been crippled. That means your legs have broken. So that means the accident has paralyzed you. The same thing has happened here. A dangerous pandemic, the verb is paralyzed. The whole world recently. Look at this thing. Recently. This is the indicator of present perfect tense. So what will be there? Generally after subject we use have and has, and then the past participle of the verb. So here it will be a dangerous pandemic. This is singular, so it will be has. Has, the verb is paralyzed, and it will be the past form, paralyzed. A dangerous pandemic has paralyzed the whole world recently. Okay, the next sentence here there is still now. That means still now. That means the present time has been expressed here. Still now this pandemic situation go on. That means the present situation is going on. That means the present situation is running still now, because you know the institutions are closed and all other institutes still now are working. They are not working as they worked early. Our different development activities are becoming standstill. The human beings are becoming actually, what should I say? We are motionless, we are spiritless, we are getting day by day. I think all of us should pray to Almighty so that this pandemic situation runs off. Okay, look at the example. Still now, this pandemic situation is going on. Present continuous tense will be, it is only for now. Still now, this situation is running. That means going on. So what will be here, my dear learners, is as there is the singular subject, that's why is will come here, is going on. Then every day a lot of people are getting infect. Here there is a verb infect. Means to spread something to others. A lot of people are getting. I wrote a role, getting, got, get. After those words, we use past participle. So what will come here? Infected. Infected. Or getting infected. Different reports. And this is plural, reports. Different reports. It's not a particular report. Different reports. And they are also reporting. So report that. So we can write here present indefinite or present perfect. Already they have reported, or every day they are getting, every day they are reporting. So the two sentences we can use, two tenses we can use. So we can write report only that many old aged people, every day many people are dying. If we say many people have died, it's not correct. Many people will die, this is also not correct. So what will be? Every day many more people are dying. So the correct will be people are dying. The spelling, about the spelling we should be clear. Dying, every day many people are dying. To control this pandemic situation, we all should, after model we use the base form, so create will remain as it is. Awareness by. I forgot to talk about another role. Generally after any preposition except to, after any preposition we use verb ing. Here look at this thing. There is a preposition by making people, so it will be by making people alert about it. We all should be clear about our hygiene so that we can control it. So this is the exercise we have talked about today. I think you will exercise more and more at home so that you can have a clear concept. You can solve any kind of gaps with right form of verbs. And I think from today on, you will not face so many problems or so many difficulties, during filling the gaps with right form of verbs. So, no more today. Again, I might meet you very soon with another class on another important topic for you. So, I think you learned something from the class and the class that I gave you before. So by combining these two classes, you can have a clear concept about right form of verbs. Okay, thank you so much for your presence and for watching this class. Thank you. No more today. All the best.